started to really get interested into the queens maybe just 3 or 4 years after I'd been beekeeping. And it was because I really started to notice just major differences between some of my hives. It really gives me a lot of meaning. I'm really trying to help the bee community. I guess like my small, tiny contribution to society is making good bees. So I'm trying my best to do that. And it really has helped me understand bees a lot better. My name is Graham Fors, and I am the beekeeper at Meadows Apiaries. And we make honey and breed queen bees. Our philosophy to beekeeping is really, we want to do it for the honeybees, what's good for them, and we're working on getting the best honey possible. And then the other side of that is the queen side, and that's where we're trying to raise bees that can just exist and thrive in today's bee environment. So we're really trying to raise resilient queen bees that go to other beekeepers and in our own beekeeping operation. So we're breeding queens on 9 different pillars. So the first 2 are hygienic and low varroa growth. So if you have bees that exhibit hygienic behavior, so they're removing dead pupae or dead larvae from the hive, that's going to really reduce the brood diseases. And so with having hygienic bees, we don't have to use antibiotics in any of our hives. And then having bees that exhibit low varroa growth. So the varroa mite is the #1 reason why honeybees don't survive the winter, at least here where we are. So having bees with low varroa growth means that they can reduce the mite population, and it helps them to A, be healthier, and B, survive the winter. So those are really the first 2 core principles that we're working on. And then after that we have gentleness, overwintering ability, spring buildup, low swarming tendency, propolis production. That's another one that we're really starting to work on. But all of those sort of fall after the first 2, low varroa growth and hygienic behavior. If you have a queen bee whose daughters will be hygienic, have low varroa growth, gentle, and all those characteristics, once you introduce that queen into a beehive, eventually that entire hive itself will exhibit those characteristics. So every week we come and we put cells in to the mating nukes, and then we come back 2 weeks later and see if the queen was successful in her mating flights. So she'll fly up to 7 kilometers, but definitely, the 1 to 3 to 4 kilometer range is where she's really trying to look for other boy bees. So the queens in our mating yards are flying back to where we have our breeder hives to mate with them. It's a precarious time. I mean, she's trying to leave, she's trying to find these boy bees, she's trying to not be eaten by dragonflies, and then is successful in returning. And when we come back 2 weeks later, we want to see that she's started to lay. There's eggs, some young larvae in the hive. We catch her, we put her into a little cage, and then we put in around 5 attendants in the cage, and they take care of her while she's on her little few-day journey to wherever else she's going to go. Every Tuesday we come out and we catch queens, and so the queens that we raise here go all over Ontario to different beekeepers to hopefully help them have a hygienic, varroa-resistant beehive that's also gentle and can exhibit some of those other traits I said. Every year you try to it's like progress over perfection. You're just trying to improve a little bit every year, and that's kind of what we're working on. And really you need to be altruistic. You have to believe that you can have 100% everything, even though it's impossible. But you have to be able to really truly believe that so you can keep pushing yourself. I mean, that's really the key too, is we need bees that survive. And so we want bees that can just survive the winter, survive with kind of what Mother Nature and us as humans are throwing at them, and then able to exist in the environment. So.